Hey everyone, I'm Kaminski, and today I'm so excited to finally release my How to Write Riffs masterclass with JTC. This has been an immensely long time coming. It's taken me about 3 months to document and compile and put everything together to kind of capture my entire creative process. So it's not just about here's a riff and like here's how I've done it, but you'll actually get to see me write on camera. So it's the most in-depth I've ever been with a masterclass, and it almost has like 6 hours of video lessons. So today I thought, what better way to kind of give you guys a flavor of what it's all about than to show you like a 10-minute excerpt from the masterclass. Just to say, look, thank you so much to each and every one of you for supporting me over the years, whether that's been buying my other masterclasses or buying my vinyl or anything that's gonna support me directly. It means so much to me because I'm still trying to do full-time musician. Like, I'm the only person here, it's literally just independent, doing this on my own, and it means more than you know. So if you are interested in checking out how to write riffs and get like the full details, there's obviously a link in the description. So enough of me talking about it. Let's dive into a little excerpt from week 4 where I write a riff using 2 chords. And I think you'll get a really good flavor of like the depth of things that we're gonna cover in the masterclass. All right, enjoy guys. Let's go back to those 2 chords. All right. So I don't want to spell out the chords so obviously, like just by playing them all at once. So let me think about a way that I could maybe tell you that it's a minor chord without so obviously just going, right? So maybe I could go something like that, a little line. So I'm telling you that it's minor. If it wasn't minor, it'd be doing this instead. If it was major, rather. So that note would be different. Sounds way different, of course, but... All right, and then I'm gonna pull off. So... I know that that G is in my scale. I'm gonna use it to shift a position, so... You could slide up, or you could slide down. So we're thinking about ways to get to this chord. I know that that's my second chord. So the first thing I might consider doing is just laying down a bit of a background guitar to just tell me when my chord changes are gonna be. We've got to decide that like, how often do we want to go between? Say that this is our tempo, right? Okay, so let's say that those are the 2 chords and we're going between them at that rate. So let me track that. Okay, so now that we've got 8 bars of those chords, I might just track them again. But with like a clean tone instead. So rather than that, let me just boot up Pliny X and just have a real simple clean tone so that I can just have block chords going on. I'm already hearing like that kind of rhythm of like coming in on, what is that? The and of 1. So like that. Okay, much more simple sort of background harmony. That's just to help me figure out what I'm doing. So let me go back to this. And now I've got a bit of a... I might not necessarily use this last guitar, but it's just to help me remember that like, okay, I'm going for that chord here. So... So that was kind of cool, actually. I like using the second string, the A or G sharp in this case, to get to this second chord because it's going to help as a passing tone a lot more because it is this note. So it kind of gives you that impression that we're going like that instead. So And I'm sliding down because I want to think about getting here. And that's going to be hard if I'm all the way up there. So I'm thinking, and now you can basically play with rhythmic syncopation and how you want to articulate and spell out what is happening here. So you can kind of add in as many open notes as you need to kind of get you to that next one of that chord. But we might want to think about coming in on the and of one again. So I think that's what I instinctively did here. I can't remember. Yeah, I like that. So that's like our first phrase, ending on that note, and then we've got this one. So what I might do here is just think about writing this phrase by phrase. So what I would do is duplicate the track, ignoring that it says L. And then I would have just cut that off. So again, I'm thinking about like spelling out that it's major straight away. If I was doing a minor chord, I'd be doing, but I'm just essentially figuring this out by ear. And then I'm thinking, okay, so I've got access to this. And then if I think about it that way, and then you could even go, but that could be useful for like, see, I played that wrong there. That's a different key. I quite like that little slide motion. Could do something like that. I'm just slowly figuring this out. I don't know. This is how I just piece this together. So you're watching this in real time. So this is where I want to talk to you about the lesson where I covered riff structures. So here we could have an A, B, and then A, C riff structure. So doing something the first time, that thing, and then something here, maybe this, whatever, and then going back to A, and then maybe something different here. Something that's going to tell like a slightly different story. We call them tails, I suppose, in riffs, like a different tail to the little ending there. So musically, you'd spell that out as like an A, B, A again, maybe a slight variation on the A, maybe a couple different notes, one or two, but it's basically the same identity. And then C, which would be something different. You don't always have to do this, but I'm quite clearly just spelling out each chord like in an ascending way. And what I mean by that is like we're kind of going from low to high. So like, and then like notes, and then root again of the next chord. You don't always have to do that, but it's generally an easy way to start writing riffs like this. So that's what I'll be doing today. Not perfect, but I'm just getting the basics of the riff down. That might be the C. Yeah, but let's put it here, and then like, let's put this back here. So maybe the A, maybe a... But I think I'm gonna put this as a C. I'm gonna have that rhythm again. Something like that. And then you can hear now, I'm thinking like, something like that, I think would be cool. I might do like an entire phrase there without the staccato, just to kind of keep it a bit different. So you essentially have got a riff now. So my immediate thought is this needs a little bit of a change. So this can happen when you write phrase by phrase, and that's totally fine. But you can hear how we've got, and then we've got, and I just think it's a little bit too repetitive. So I also might join up these two phrases again. So if I do, I might just do an open string. So. Something like that, okay. Oh yeah, but I want to do that longer phrase. So if I just pop that there. Yeah, that's better, so. It's a bit bouncier to have that like open string there. So if I just put that there. And I think I might get rid of this staccato gap as well. Maybe that a high note instead, and then you've got that drop down into that root note. Okay, so let's see how that sounds. I'm really vibing with that riff. So now we need to like maybe make a small decision here. All right, I hope you really enjoyed that 10-minute extract from the masterclass. You know, if you are interested in getting the full thing, there's 5.5 more hours of lessons, which when I say it out loud is crazy to me, but it's seriously in depth. Like a ridiculous amount of things get covered. So mixing, mastering, how to go about gain staging, building a mix template, how to write a basic riff, how to write a more arpeggiated chord riff, how to write a motif riff, how to write a djenty chord riff, like loads of different building blocks that I use all the time in my wheelhouse, but I've only really figured out how to teach in the scope that is so massive in this masterclass. That's why it's so huge. So if it feels like, oh my God, this is an absolutely massive thing, I guess that's because it is. And honestly, I couldn't be more proud about how this has all come together. Everyone at JTC has absolutely killed it once again with artwork, the direction, the scope of the masterclass, and the overall packaging. It just looks so good, and I hope you all enjoy it if you do decide to check it out. And let me know how you get on if you have a go at writing some riffs yourself using the sort of framework that I provide. All right, everyone, that's it from me. Hope you all have an amazing festive period and a new year. I'm excited for 2026. Lots of new things on the horizon that I'm going to be working towards as best as I can. And until then, I'll see you guys soon. See you in a bit.